My I have a homegirl. One of my homegirls lives at Hermannstrasse at the
Oh,
end of the U8, and I'm plant sitting while she's gone.
you are you're plant sitting?
Yeah, so like I'm watering her plants
Oh,
while
okay.
she's away. Yeah, and then
Wow.
Sandy, Sandy Jones.
Yeah.
Him and his wife Saskia are out of town for the holidays, so I'm also cat sitting for them, but they're at the other end of the city. And my
Damn.
sleep schedule is so fucked up since I came back from the US and now I'm bartending.
Right.
So uh I just be like I'd be out late, especially if I'm bartending. I might be out till like 5, like get home at 5 in the morning or something.
Oh.
Sleep and just like 6, I sleep at maybe 7 or something. 6 hours of sleep, 7 hours of sleep. That's like 2 p.m.
And that's when the sun is about to go, about to go
Yeah.
down after that.
Sun is already starting to go down, and then so then you just gotta start your day. So I'm still waking up at like 2. So that means I gotta like I'm eating something by 3 and getting dressed by like 3:30, and then I'm like out the crib by like 4. And then I
Damn.
really only have 4 hours before comedy shit starts.
So, bro,
And you
yeah.
really gotta start thinking about comedy shit like an hour before, like, okay, I'm just gotta thinking about my set list. Okay, I gotta start getting ready to commute to where I gotta go. So,
Mhm.
so I really only have like 3 hours to myself to like do some shit.
Damn,
And
bro.
then that often means like I don't have time to run all the way down to the end of one line, water these plants, get all the way up to the other one, feed these cats, then do my spot, then just go home and chill.
Yeah.
So I like end up doing the spot. Then I gotta go all the way over here and do this. Then I gotta do, and I'll get home at like 2 a.m. And I'm like, what am
Damn,
I
bro.
doing, bro? And also because I woke up at like 2 p.m., I'm just at the crib awake.
Oh, bro. So your day, yeah, you live in some real Berlin. I feel like that's like a nightlife style, like, because the bartending just anchors you to the night.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
daytime, you just like a like a zombie basically just
Dude,
walking.
like, yeah, bro, on the weekends, because I'm working this on the weekends,
Mhm.
and then I'm trying to get my sleep schedule back together throughout the week. By the time the next weekend comes, like, bam, I'm back at work again.
Damn.
And stand up at night too. Sometimes you close or you go on later. You don't get home till
Right.
maybe like midnight or something.
Damn,
But
bro.
yes, I'm actually struggling a little bit with my sleep schedule.
I would imagine because, like, yeah, you used to work in the tech world. I mean, before
Mhm.
doing all this. So, like,
Mhm.
tech world starts early for the
Mhm.
most part. So,
And because of that, you're used to being productive and getting shit done and then having time to kind of decompress.
yeah.
I wake up and I feel like every day is just on the go and I don't get as much done as I would like. And I'm not in tech. So like when you don't do something at work, it's like, all right, I'll figure that tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow. Like when you are your work, it takes a bigger toll. Like, oh, I didn't do what I should have done today.
Yeah.
I pushed it back another day. I'm not hustling like I should be.
Yeah.
It takes more of a toll on you, kind of, right? So it's
Right.
like you just know for the last 3 days, like I haven't sat and written what I needed to write or punched this up
Mm.
or uploaded this. You just keep pushing it back, and it feels like it's a greater toll on you than if it was just work.
Yeah, and you just like trying to scramble, and like there's
Mhm.
no KPIs. Exact KPIs to hit. You just like
Yeah,
fuck, I haven't touched my
totally.
pen in the notebook in a minute. I don't know what's happening. And
Yeah.
damn, I only ate like Dooner all day. Like,
Oh, tell me about it. Then the diet is fucked up because you'll eat at home, and
yeah,
then I'm out, and then if unless I have food already cooked at the crib, then that's like perfect scenario. Otherwise, you're eating dinner late, right? Late night dinner. Even if you're eating at home, it's still late, but at least you ate your own food, and it's like
mhm.
home cooked. But yeah, bro, that means I'd be missing the gym. Because everything just gets pushed back.
Wow, bro.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm
huh?
saying all this out loud. I'm like, man, I gotta get this shit in control, man.
Damn, it's like a interesting start to it because I mean that is something that when you live here in Berlin, you got unconditional jobs. Not bartending is not unconditional, but living in the
Mhm.
city, you have bartending. That kind of just shifts your whole
Mhm.
circadian rhythm into
Facts.
a whole different side.
Yeah.
And then trying
Yeah.
to be a regular person when you probably for a decent part of your adulthood or when you was out here in Europe is working
Mhm.
in corporate environments where it's like kind
Mhm.
of structured morning.
Yep. Yep. And that helps with the ADHD too. It's so much easier to like to stay on focus when you've got structure
Mhm.
and like a place you got to be and time schedule and like like KPIs and to do lists and shit.
Right.
And yeah, I mean, so I've been doing this kind of like yeah, I've lived a bit of a freelance life too, and then I'm also doing this comedy thing. So it's interesting how much I'm learning about my been learning about myself, and now this whole bartender thing. So this is actually my first time working in service.
Mm.
So I'm learning a ton about myself in this way too, right?
Ah,
Yeah, so it's the service thing, the fact that it's all another late night gig, the fact that it's like yeah,
y'all learn
totally
how to make
different.
drinks, all that stuff.
Yeah, that shit is cool too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But before we get into that, though, let me give you a proper introduction.
Yeah,
So the
let's do it,
person
man.
I'm talking to is Justin Small. He is a stand-up comedian. He's a bartender. He's an entrepreneur. He's a dope black dude here in Berlin. So there are black
Mhm.
people here in Berlin, not just me, him, and like five others.
Yeah, 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 yeah. You could call it a tribe if you want.
Tribe.
Yeah.
The lost tribe of Africa
Yeah.
can be found here in Germany, if you
Hell
didn't
yeah.
know.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, talking to Justice for and thank you very much for coming on again. This
Thanks for having me.
you was on earlier, and then
Mhm.
you're back now. And recently you went to America for the first time in like a couple years, right?
Mhm, mhm.
And
Yeah, in about a year and a half, man, and it was a lovely experience, dude. Lovely
mm,
experience, yeah. Your boys from the Midwest,
okay,
Ohio in this bitch, Cleveland, shout out.
there you go.
You doing weird. We don't make it out often, so you gotta do it when you can. But yeah, it was a lovely time. I got to do some comedy, visited some family, Cleveland, Chicago. Got to do my first open mic spot in New York.
Oh, how was that?
It was good. It was good. I paid
Nice.
$6.
That's the price. Yeah.
Yeah, I was trying to explain to somebody what it's like to pay $6 to get on stage, and you have to pay $6 to entertain people. I was trying to tell people to people, I was like, "Yo, it's like you paying $6 to suck this guy's dick." I was like,
What? Wait, wait,
you
wait.
know, you are paying to entertain other people. You know what I mean? Was that too? Sorry, I kind of jumped out the window with that one, maybe, but
I
it
don't think that's the same.
it's definitely not the same. That's an extreme turn up version, but I mean, yeah, I meant to be shocking kind of on purpose. You know what it is,
But I see where
but
you're coming from. Yeah,
right.
no pun intended.
No
But
pun. Nice, nice, nice.
oh shit, yo, stand up
Yeah,
comedy in New York City different, yo.
it's different,
Yeah.
man. Yeah, it's different. It's a different beast, bro. I think the most fruitful experience I had comedy wise visiting the States this time around, because I don't visit often. And these days, as I'm progressing, I'm starting to really take it more seriously when I go, make sure I get spots, whatever city I'm in.
Hmm.
And mix, mingle, meet other comedians, parlay more opportunities, hopefully.
Right.
So yeah, the most fruitful experience I had was watching stand up,
Mm,
professional stand up.
okay.
Yeah, I went to this place called The Sesh. I don't know if you
Oh
heard of
yes,
this.
yes. Ran by Jamie Wolf and Zach's I forgot his last name, but yeah.
So okay, yeah, these names do sound familiar. Um, it's uh, it was cool because it was some very DIY comedy. It wasn't in a comedy club. It's like a pop up location.
Hmm.
This sounds familiar,
Yeah, yeah,
maybe.
yeah. They got like two locations and shit. Like, yeah.
Okay. So, and it felt very Berlin to me, because it
Mm,
was just an underground, just a dude at the door. You walk up. Oh, is this the spot? Eventbrite. Boop. You come in. You go down. You go through the small labyrinth. You open the door. It's like 150 seats in here, and
right.
just a stage, and just you could see they clearly just set it up just for a
Mm,
show. And I'm like, oh, this is organic and cool as fuck.
right.
Everybody who found this location, who signed up and paid a ticket for this, is here for it. And they're excited and they're ready to fucking go.
Yeah, it's a dope show.
And then I'm seeing comics that I've seen on YouTube. Like everybody says, like, oh yeah, you go to New York and you see people, you don't know who's gonna show up. Like there's this guy, what's his name? Usama?
Oh, Sama Sadiq. Yeah,
Dude.
yeah. Funny dude.
Yeah, I
Funny.
like this guy a lot, man. And I've
Yeah.
seen him over the years on YouTube. And I'm like, I'm not thinking about who could show up. I'm just ready for the show. And he opens. I'm like, what the fuck? Take a picture because I'm like, what? And then a few people I didn't recognize, and then also this guy Ian Fidance,
Yeah,
who
Ian Finance. Yeah.
rolls with some of these, the whatchamacallit, it's like the Sam Marills and the
Hmm.
Kill Tonys of the world or whatever. Yeah,
Yeah. Mark
panels or
Norman, all
whatever,
them.
Mark
Yeah.
Norman and Sam Morril and shit. But yeah, so it was nice to just have that New York little like sprinkle of like, oh shit, this is really it. Watching people on some really high level comedy, do their thing. They're not at the cream of the crop yet, but
Right.
you could start to see yourself there. It's
That's dope.
clearly above you. Not you, but clearly above where I'm at,
Right, right.
But Yeah, nice to see that because we don't really have much of that in Berlin.
Yeah, I mean, Berlin's such a new scene, and
Mhm,
then New York City, you see that all the time.
mhm,
Like Osama, like, we used to do mics and stuff like that. You know what I'm
mhm,
saying? And like then, elevate. I mean, he always been funny. So
mhm,
like then you see the elevations be happening, but like you still in the same mix. So it's
mhm,
almost kind of like it kind of elevates you in a bit because you have people that you're side by side with, and then you see them on like then on TV or something like that. You see them on
mhm.
like on Netflix. You're like, "Yeah, damn, bro, I was just getting pizza with you like a week ago, and then I didn't even know you had this Netflix joint, and then boom, I
Mhm.
see you. And I see you the next day, and you're like, all right, yeah, what's up, man? You doing? Hey, what's up, man? Yeah, what's up with you? Like, I just saw you on TV. Like, what
Mhm.
happened? You
Yeah,
know?
awesome, bro, and that's crazy because that's what happens when you live in a country with industry behind it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
like
it's gonna happen here in Berlin. It just
I mean, for sure. It's a slow roll. I mean, I what's interesting when you say that is it's kind of starting to happen on a very light basis, I think, for some Berlin comics putting themselves out there. I
hmm
think we've talked about this a little bit before, but
hmm
you start to see people kind of gravitating to something, kind of hitching their stand up to like another wagon and starting to take
mm.
off, like let's say you with your podcast, your weather thing, or
Oh, thank you.
I think you got forgive me if I'm wrong, there's a few things I think you got popping. The weather thing, this.
Yeah, the weather thing guy was kind of weird. That happened because it came. I don't even know why that even happened. I just decided like I'm just talking about the weather in German.
I
Let's
love
just
that,
do it.
man.
Did it, and then yeah, it started. And then people start
Yeah.
actually asking like, "Hey, so you didn't talk about the weather?" Or like, "Hey," or start sending me reports now. There's some girl. She was like, "Oh yeah, you didn't hear about the tornadoes that's going to be happening. You should probably talk about this." And I'm getting like on
Wow.
the field reports now. I gotta actually if somebody messaged me like, "Hey, you need to pick it up with some of your German words. I'm hearing the same thing. Can you be more
Oh,
specific?"
shit.
I'm like, "Yo, this is a real job."
Man, yeah, for sure, bro. People are
Yeah.
like, you got responsibilities,
Yeah. I
bro.
gotta start
Great.
talking about the temperature, the time now, like the actual like humidity in the
You
air.
forgot about the barometric pressure. It's like, you know what I mean? That is whoa, talk about that for a second, man. Like,
Yeah.
okay, so you it's kind of like a snowball effect,
hmm
you would say. It was just a funky,
Funky thing,
I'm gonna
bro.
just talk about the weather in German. Now
Right.
people are supporting you.
Yeah. Now, like, I think it's because
Are
from
these would you say these started as like fans, or is it like I see this guy hustling and I wanna I wanna help him
I think
with the
fan
weather?
I think fans. I think they just saw something that they maybe haven't seen, and then what happened was that new people that will follow me, they will see it, and then immediately be like, "Oh, this is yeah." So it was like a thing that caught on, and I think maybe also me speaking German too, like in the
Mhm.
way I'm doing it. So they're
Mhm.
kind of like, "Whoa, where you come from? Like, what is
Mhm.
Because again, I'm not speaking it like very like it's kind of like, hey,
Of
hello,
course.
something. Like I'm adding my personality, so it's even
Mhm.
more like, whoa, what?
Mhm.
Huh? 'Cause
Totally.
I'm a black dude just saying like, hey, if he gets there, here is the inoffizielle Berliner Veteran. They're like, whoa, what? Do you
Yeah, yeah,
unofficial
yeah, yeah,
Berliner
yeah.
Veteran?
Totally,
Like,
totally.
what's happening? And
It's gonna pique their interest. Like, what the fuck is this? I need to
yeah,
see what's up with that.
right. And then I'm doing it every day. Thank you,
Give me
bro.
some, of course, bro.
Thank you.
Dope, man. Yo, okay. So, interesting, man. Interesting. I feel like I'm about to start interviewing you real quick.
I mean, I think that's what happened last time we did the podcast, which is cool. I mean,
We're just go, yeah, we're good, just
yeah,
going back and forth, getting
just
to know each
talking,
other, and also getting to know your hustle, man. We do a lot of this stuff in a silo, right? Like everybody kind of does their own thing,
right.
like in their room, in their almost most intimate setting, right?
Yeah.
Because we were talking about you got your thing, this girl Gori is like blowing up on like TikTok and Instagram.
Mhm.
Dragos, of course, like Victor Petreshkin, Shahak. I
Yeah.
don't know if you ever really met Shahak
Yeah,
in
yeah, I met
real,
Shaw
yeah.
again.
Yeah, and then people who are trying to do their thing, at the Louis and the Brunos with their podcast, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Maya's doing her cartooning and in,
Yeah.
in, in, in comics and
You
stuff.
doing your writing?
I'm doing my writing, I'm
Yeah,
doing my
sketching.
cartooning and shit, sketch writing and stuff. So yeah, it's just so as you're saying, like, oh yeah, in the US, it's comic. We used to get pizza together, blah, blah, blah. Next thing you see, I'm here. It's kind of starting to happen, bro. In
Yeah.
this, but in the digital way, and on like I would say like a lighter scale, like
Mm.
you pop, we're talking. You open up your Instagram, and next thing you know, one of our homies is like opening up for somebody, like, oh shit, in a random country,
Yeah.
or they're on a big stage in a theater. We're like, oh shit, or
Right.
hey, they just posted something like, oh shit, they got 16 cities they're about to do. What the fuck,
Yeah, but where that come from, huh?
Yeah, it's slowly, yeah.
Right.
People are surprising each other with
Huh.
opportunities.
That's Yeah, you're right about that. But I want to go back to because I feel like when you're away from America, right, for a long time, and then you go back, there's some things that like you forget that you forget that was like part of America. Like your body feels out of tune and it got to get retuned or
Mhm.
something. What was the
Mhm.
first thing you came across when you came back to America after being away for so long that you were like, oh, okay, this I forgot this is here.
Damn, that's a good question. The guy getting retuned. Oh, one thing is like, Americans just be funny as shit. And like people are just on it sometimes,
Yeah.
like you'll just meet people who are just fucking funny or just like super easy to talk to. You just find yourself in a conversation. And I be forgetting that here. Like it'll catch me off guard
Mm.
when I go back home, like you're standing in line somewhere and, something weird happens. You meet eyes with a stranger and you guys just start talking about it. Oh shit, did you see that? And you're like, whoa, this motherfucker's talking to me, about, yeah. So, oh shit. And then next thing you know, you just click, start laughing. I'm like, all right, I forgot. We just be talking. Cause if you don't know Germans, it's not the same.
You
You know what
just
I
be
mean?
talking.
It's not the same. They don't just be small talk isn't really as much a thing,
Yeah, they might give a smile, a head nod,
Mhm.
Or
Mhm.
sometimes I ain't gonna lie, I came across a situation where they'll have small talk, but I don't know any German, so it'd be like
Mhm.
I be feeling like it's inside German, like kind of like, all right,
Mhm.
we talking about some, I'm throwing some slang in there. I just be like, yeah, yeah.
I mean, yeah, you're definitely right. Of course, it's not there are Germans that do small talk,
Yeah,
but now we got to find a way to small talk if we have this language barrier now too, right?
yeah,
Um, but yeah, shit. So definitely Americans, we be rapping, we be funny.
hmm
Um, Definitely the presence of danger, the imminent presence of danger. You know what I mean? Like, dude, I mean, I remember like, so, from Cleveland, post 9/11, also having like lived in Atlanta, you know what I mean? There's just a thing like, there's just motherfuckers around that, you don't want to, you just kind of stay in your lane. You don't fuck with people too much. You know what I
mm.
mean? You just don't know. People just have that. I don't know. It's just the US, man. You just don't fuck with people.
Right, that.
Everybody's kind of polite and everybody's kind of cool.
hmm
But when you go to certain places, you just know you walk into a building, someone in here probably has a gun. It's just not even
Yeah.
a thought you really have outside the US. And when you're in the US, you're like a fish in water because, like, when you're there, you don't even think about that, although it's true, until you
hmm
leave and you come back. You be like, oh, right. You could die at any time over here, you know? Or there's just crazy people everywhere.
Right.
Yeah. So that was something you have to remember. Like, oh, shit. Yeah. Yeah.
That aura, not aura, but that fabric of danger that's in America, especially when it
Mm
comes to, I mean, because Midwest has guns,
hmm. Mm hmm.
and even going back to Atlanta, like my mom lives in that area, right? And going back after a while, like being here in Berlin and then traveling back and just knowing people around has guns, I'm like, I don't think I can really, you know what I mean? Because
Mm.
like, for one, I talked about this in another podcast, but like I don't have one. So like they're already just like I'm naked out here, kind of, right?
Yeah.
And on top of it, it's like, you can go in any place and then they can just beat it. Like shit can go down.
Mm
Or
hmm.
like,
Mm hmm.
everyone around you has something on them. That's the thing. You just
Mm hmm.
know.
Mm
And you're
hmm.
like, oh my God, yo, this is
Yeah.
unnerving.
It's a weird reality, man. You get back to the US and if there's just a presence of shit can go down.
hmm
You don't have that feeling in most European place. It just doesn't exist there.
Yeah.
Hey man, I'm not sure if I'm going to keep this in the podcast or not think about, but I'll tell you the story.
Okay.
I so okay, in the US, I fucked around a lot, and gotten in trouble and shit, right? I've
hmm
never been arrested,
Right.
never been booked, don't have a
Nice.
record,
Nice.
but I have been in handcuffs like 2 or 3 times, okay?
Ah, damn.
Um, in Germany, I've gotten in trouble. I don't have a record.
hmm
I have been arrested twice, but I've never been in handcuffs.
Yes.
And I'm like, it's interesting, right? I'm like, how does this work? Okay. I got stopped by undercover cops once,
Right.
right? And when these dudes found something on me, they were like, okay, we have to go to the station. And so I was looking around for the police car and they brought me to actually like it was like this 2-door Superfly Mercedes. I was like, what is this? Is it like we're about to shoot a music video? You know what I mean? I was like, what is this? They're like, oh, get in. So they like have to open the door. They flip the seat down. I
Right.
sit in the back, and there's no guardrail. It's just a super fly sports car, and I'm just sitting there in the back. There's no divider.
That's so.
I'm like, I could have a you don't. They didn't even search me for real.
They didn't search you?
No, nah. They just searched my pockets. Okay, you got some weed. Okay, come with us.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting here. I'm like, what do you mean you're not gonna restrain me or like? I mean, I'm not a threat to you,
Right.
but I'm just like, it's a different country, bro. They're not even worried about.
That's wild.
In the U.S., man, someone with a pencil in their pocket, I'm about to stab both of you and
Yeah.
roll out the car. And
Right. Even when you about to get your registration, so you can go in that glove department, they already got their hand on the gun.
yeah,
Yeah. Like
dude.
immediately. They're looking at you kind of like, yeah, all right, like you know where my hand at. Like,
Totally. Like, and, and they were super chill. So I'm like, it was an interesting experience, bro.
wow. So y'all was just strolling to the
Yeah,
to
we
the
were just,
station.
yeah, man. I was like, can we stop over here? Can we get some
Yeah.
food?
Y'all did a little long walk through the park
Yeah,
near the
yeah,
river.
exactly. Yeah, we had a little spaziergang. We had a little walk.
Yeah,
We went on a hike.
Yeah, on a hike,
Went on a hike. We had lunch.
There you go, got some dinner, came
Yep,
back,
served me some bratwurst.
walked it off, got some
Uh,
coffee.
Exactly,
So it's
bro.
like, oh yeah, it's getting kind of late. We should go to the station.
We should go to the station.
Yeah, but yeah, you're
Look
right.
'em.
Yeah, we should.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, bro. It was like charming.
It was a charming arrest.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah,
whimsical.
bro.
It was in a nice car.
It was whimsical and charming,
Yeah, it
bro.
had the windows down. The air was touching my face. The breeze of Germany.
100%. I was thinking about like I was motivated, bro. I've never been in a car this fly. I was, I was like, bro, the sky's the limit, dog. I'm like,
That's how they treat people. It's like, yo, we're gonna use this for motivation. You know what I mean? We're not here to suppress you and bring you down. We're here to motivate you.
totally. We're here to uplift you, yo.
Yeah.
On your way to the station, yo.
Damn,
This
bro.
could be you.
This could be you.
Just turn it around. Yeah, crazy shit, bro. It was a super fly Mercedes. I'm not a car guy, but I wish I knew. I would tell you.
Damn, bro. They
Yeah.
have no. That's wild.
Yeah, no regard for
Something about that social contract that's out here that's different. Like it just is the longer you stay here, the stronger it just. Now I won't say weigh on you, but the more you're kind of enveloped in that blanket, that societal blanket of this is how we do things, and like all right, you ate all this food, the bills coming, cash only. Yeah, just go to ATM down the street. What do you mean? I
What do
can
you
like run
mean?
away. How about I go down the street and keep on going?
Yeah,
How about I never turn around?
yeah.
They're like, no, it's right there. If you go down 3 blocks and then, you should see the ATM. I'm like, 3 blocks? That's enough time and space for me to never come back. Are you serious?
Yeah,
Like, that's a head
exactly.
start.
I calculated.
Yeah, I know you. What 3 blocks? You ain't never catching my ass. So
Yeah.
what you talk 3 blocks? You should have never even told me.
Absolutely. You should have never even told me, yo.
Yeah, I was thinking about paying. Now I'm definitely not paying. But
Hey, man.
you know,
I mean, here, they'll serve you and then you pay, you'll come to the register to pay after. I just pay up front because I be forgetting to pay sometimes.
right?
I sat down, I ate my food, I'll just walk out. I've
Mhm.
walked out before. They're like, hey, I'm like, oh shit, my bad.
Yeah.
Sorry, I betrayed your trust,
And even sometimes do polite. They're like, hey, you did, And I'm like, no, like, hey, you trying to take the money? What are you doing? Like,
Mhm.
hey, hi.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, I'll respond if they call after me. I'll respond as if they're about to jump me because that's what you might expect where we're from. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like, oh shit, oh my god, I'm so sorry, I forgot
Yeah.
to, And here they're very calm. They're like, excuse me, did you, you forgot to.
Yeah, you pulling out your wallet like you about to do like somebody go down. You're like, no, I gotta come out.
100%, man. So how about you? What kind of things will you have to readjust to when you get back to New York? Is that where you
Yeah,
head home
New
to?
York. Yeah, so that's where I went to last in the States. I went back in September.
Dad's in New York, mom's in Atlanta.
Yeah, mom's in Atlanta. I got family in New York or whatever, and then
Okay.
that's where I lived at for like for a while before moving here to
So
Berlin.
your parents relocated
Yeah.
to Atlanta? They're still together?
Yeah, so my father he passed away, but my mom and my
sorry.
rest of my family, that's cool. My family, they're in like my sister and like I got brothers like in different places. But I would say like my mom and a decent part of my family are now in the South
Mhm.
or whatever. I still got family. I got like family all over. I got like a big ass. Like, I got
Mhm.
family on East
Mhm.
Coast, Jersey, New York, Connecticut. Then I got some in Iowa, California.
Okay.
Oh,
Word.
just all over. Yeah.
Word.
So it's like a whole spread. But I went to
Gotcha.
New York.
Colonizing.
Yeah, we doing our thing. When it comes to
Yeah.
when it comes to immigration, they put you in the weirdest places. They're like, yeah, Iowa.
Let's spread these Negroes out so they can't come together
Right.
and take over.
Let's put you somewhere where the land is cheap. Iowa. North Dakota. You know,
Mhm.
I want to be in New York, yeah, buddy, and so does everyone else who are there
Right.
who are American.
We
So
we also need to we need to adjust these people to Americans. We need to adjust these white people to black people. So, we'll
yeah,
put you in Iowa where you can help
right.
each
And
other.
if something happens, it's cornfields.
Yeah,
We ain't gonna
yeah.
find you.
Yeah,
What's
for sure.
yeah, the crow's gonna get you. But anyways, so went to New York City, and the first thing was just sound. I would say, like just loud sound or
Mhm,
whatever. Just getting
mhm,
used to that. I mean, that wasn't as bad, but just being like, oh, okay. Like
mhm.
literally
Just kinda constant.
constant playing music is loud.
Mhm,
Like, bro, I'm wearing this little air train. I think it is from JFK to where you got to go to take like what is it? Not Broadway Junction. I forgot the name of the fucking whatever. But you can where you can take the J train or whatever, right?
mhm,
And I remember in this train station, it had like a little bar or something or whatever, and like I guess they had like a birthday party, and it was bumping some like music, like people were like dancing or whatever. It was like in a train station, but it was like a
mhm,
bar thing in part of the train station, and like I was like, this is some New York shit right here, because like they bumping this music loud and everything is not quiet, like they having a good time and
mhm,
shit, right?
mhm,
Second one is that danger, right? So like just
mhm,
now being in a place where I'm like, oh, all right, like seeing certain like people, how people moving, or like
mhm.
being on a train,
It's like
on a
you go
subway.
back to the US, you don't have a possible presence of people scheming on you, right? Because that's
Yeah.
another thing. In the US, people could be looking at you like a right? Yeah, okay, sorry,
Right.
go ahead.
Yeah, no, you're
Mhm,
right. Like I had a big book bag and stuff. So I'm like, I'm already looking like, all right, like, the way I'm holding it, the way I'm like looking at people, the way I'm trying
mhm,
not, no eye contact. You know what I mean? So I had like
mhm,
readjust in that moment. And then even the J train, because as I was going through certain neighborhoods too, I'm just like, shit, I'm going to like around 8, 9, no, like around 10 p.m., 11 p.m. So that's,
mhm,
J train can get kind of crazy depending on like, especially when you're coming from all the way from Queens and you're going
mhm,
all the way back to where I was going to in Williamsburg in Brooklyn.
mhm,
It was just like I was on a train, just like, all right, like, yo, who about to come on the train? 'Cause anything can happen.
mhm.
Somebody can come up, look at you, like, yo, like lady a week ago got burned on the train. Like she got burned alive. Burned alive,
What
bro.
the fuck did you just tell me?
Yeah, you didn't see that? Yo, yes. So
What kind of things happen on bro?
bro, burned alive, bro. I'm talking about like, yo, she was some I guess white woman backpacker or something. I don't know who. And she was, I don't even remember what train, but some dude just came, just lit her on fire, bro.
Like
And
squirt or gasoline or something, or
I don't know the full story, but I just know you saw the video and like literally you saw her like, like in flames. You just like, and no one helped her. The cops were like walking past, was just kind of like looking at that, like, yo, whoa, this shit, you know what I mean? Yeah.
what? People just walk by like, "Yo, this shit crazy, son."
Yo, things that happen on the subway, people don't help you, yo. Like, I mean, for real. Like, they only help you when it's over. The amount of times I've been on the subway and something's about to go down and people like literally made a strong decision not to do anything is like, I'm talking about somebody can get stomped out and somebody will have a camera and get all the angles and but not even help out. Like I'm talking
Mm,
about a person
mm.
getting stomped out again, the boot as the boot's coming down at the bottom from the angle and it hits the person's
Yeah,
face
yeah,
cinematic.
yeah,
Somebody got
yeah.
at 60 frames per second to get slow mo. You know what I mean? Like people have a full production to fucking
Mhm.
get this footage, but then not help. Like even the woman who's getting burned,
People pull their phones out and be like, "Oh
yeah, like
shit!"
yo, you have your phone now and seeing somebody getting burned alive, yo. Like what? But like you, this
Hey
video has
man,
gone over a minute. Like put the phone down. You got what you like. Go and
take
get
your
one.
jacket off, throw it on her, stop, drop, and roll or some shit. Like, oh
Yeah,
man,
camera angle sturdy, this and that. Like zoom it. I'm like, yeah. So people on the subway don't help you. So it's almost you have to fend for yourself, bro.
that's wild, bro. That's
Yeah.
wild. Hey man, that's wild.
So that's the things I had to worry about. And then yeah, I mean,
Just a tie a bow on that one.
tie a bow on that
That's the kind
one.
of shit I'm worried about.
Yeah. And then third is this one happened slowly as the weeks went by or a week went by where I just felt like, especially in New York City, I just felt like I needed to get more money.
Mhm,
Like, cause you just around like a lot of wealth, or you just see
mhm,
certain people, the way they dressed up or whatever. And then living in New York City, you just realize how much it costs to do certain things or the things you would want to do
mhm,
in that city or
mhm.
with by yourself with other people, whatever. You're just like, I need to make more money. And then shit in New York City got even more expensive.
Facts.
So
Same in
then
Cleveland, bro.
that was a mindfuck. That was like, yo, I'm paying $35 for a 6 pack of beer and chips. What?
Mhm.
This is crazy.
And then you get to the register and there's sales tax. You're like, wait, what the fuck?
Yeah, and it telling to you like it's and then then thinking like, yo, do I gotta haggle this dude? So even haggling, right?
Mhm,
Being like, yo, I thought this how this 35. Like this shit used to cost 20. Yeah, now it's
mhm,
35. But yo, so how much? Like you gotta
mhm, mhm,
banter and fucking like be even getting used to that. Like I was walking away, I'm like, damn, I should have talked that dude down, yo. Fuck, like $35. Like why the fuck, man? Even dealing with that now, like
mhm.
um.
Interesting, bro. You
Yeah, I
know,
mean, there's a lot more to it, but those are like the top three.
of course, yeah. It's fun. It's funny because I was just thinking about what I said and what you said. Because like I'm from Ohio, and I'm like, yeah, people are just like really nice and shit. And you're like, yeah, niggas getting burnt alive on the train. It's like,
Yeah.
oh fuck, bro. That's we come from different places, man.
Yeah, I mean, people aggressively asking for money, getting used to that,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
by walks, lady come, here in Berlin, hey, can I please get some shooter going? My name is blah, 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 blah. Man, New York City is like, give me money. You be like, yo, what the fuck? Yo, I got angry. I was like, yo, what the fuck? I'm like, yo, what you talking? Hello, how you doing? You give me money. You about to go in the store? Yo, give me some juice. I'm like, yo, you making requests now? Give me the orange juice with this flavor and this. I'm like, that's not even my favorite flavor. I'm
Yeah,
gonna get
yeah,
that
yeah,
shit for you.
yeah,
Yo, bro, that shit got me, bro. She immediately got my like, give me money. I'm like, yo, who the fuck you talking? Like, so even start getting me back in character of like, yo, who the fuck? Like,
Mm-hmm.
bro, whole day I was angry.
Hey man, I don't know if you guys could see this, but when you were talking, bro, you got the crazy eye down good. You're like, hey, what the what? Like, bro,
Yeah,
your eyebrow. I'm like, oh,
bro,
dude, you got it, bro.
bro.
You
I'm
got
like,
it.
what the fuck you like? You know what I mean? Because you're like, give me money. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
hello,
Mm-hmm.
what's your name? Like, my name
Mm-hmm.
is, your name is, how's your
Mm-hmm.
day? Like, yo, pleasantries, a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she just said, and then she was looking in the store, kind of like looking like,
Is he
did,
gonna get it?
did you buy it yet?
Nah, so it's the one to the left.
Yeah, how about I buy all of it and then give you none of it? How about I do that? Like now you trying to make me look. Now you making me being petty. Like,
I hear you,
oh,
bro.
bro, it then start getting me back into like,
See, bro, you hit that crazy eye like 3 times. I was like, he's there right now, bro. He's there right now, looking. He's looking in the eye of a crackhead right now. He's
bro, that shit had me angry for the whole. Bro, I was the same thing I was saying. I was saying that like to myself and like whatever for like the whole day. I'm like, yo,
Mhm.
what the fuck, yo? Like, because if somebody else was with me, they was like, yo, man, you was about to snap. I'm like, yeah, like, yo, how the fuck? I was like, all right, this is what happens
Mhm.
when you come back to New York City.
Yep, that's the
I
thing,
was
man.
peaceful, yeah, and then when I came to New York, I was like, what the fuck?
Because even in New York, when that's just going on, before you came, you're probably more zen about it anyway. But it'll
Yeah.
catch you off guard when you're like, because you'll think to yourself, why are people like this? Oh my God. And you'll be like, all right, I'm in Europe for a minute. Almost lost my edge.
Yeah. And she was like
maybe
clocking
she's maybe
too.
she sensed it in you. She's like, this nigga has been American a long time. But yeah,
I
maybe he's
guess
soft.
so.
You
Yeah, I
know?
made eye contact. I didn't have the crazy eyes making eye contact with her. I was like,
Mm-hmm,
hey,
mm-hmm,
and she was like, yeah, yeah, hey, got food now. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
mm-hmm.
she's trying to rob me via asking.
That's what it
She's
is,
trying to rob
bro.
me with a question.
That's
Give
what
me
it
your
is,
food. I'm like,
bro.
yeah, I felt like I was she's trying to rob me.
It's
I'm
called
like,
intimidation, man.
all right.
Mm-hmm.
Talking about give you this type of flavor of juice. I don't even like that flavor.
Man, I was on the train the other day and disrespectful homeless dude. Uh, he was on the train, bro, being obnoxious, man, screaming, bitter, 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 which is like, please, please, please.
Yeah.
He's like, please, anybody, he's screaming and shit, please. He's crying and going,
Yeah.
and it's like, it is all fake. You could tell he's just,
Oh, okay.
but it's just so over the top that you could tell people felt bad for him, but you're freaking people out, dog. Nobody's,
Mm.
you know what I mean? You're kind of, it's counterintuitive, you know? And
Mhm.
he's just going over the top, begging and crying. He gets to our part of the train. He gets on his hands and knees and he puts his face down on the ground and he's just like, please, please, please. And he's like screaming this shit,
Right.
standing behind him and nobody's looking, nobody's helping. Everybody's just kind of like, whoa, this is too much. And this dude, yeah, eventually he stands up on his knees and he's just like, what's wrong with you people? Nothing, no food, no nothing. So I turned around, gave this guy a banana, right? Turned around, took my banana, and then he's like, thank you. And he keeps talking and screaming and shit. Then to get to the cut booster tour, dude stands up. Some lady turns around. She says, I'm sorry. This is all I have. Puts change in his hand. And it was like 3 cents. He said, 3 cents? Fuck this. And he threw it on the ground and walked off the train. Freaked everybody out. Bow, because he threw the change. I was like, oh shit. I immediately started laughing. I immediately started laughing. I was like, what is this guy's problem? Like, yeah, okay, so it's not about the change, is it?
Yeah, it's about
Like,
something else.
bro, you got a fucking banana just now, bro. Talking about food, you got a banana. Something about
Yeah.
bro. If it's about to change, every cent counts.
Right.
Niggas know that.
You
So
at least up in 100 milligrams of potassium. Like,
I'm
come on, you know what
saying,
I mean?
bro, you got a banana, bro. You're fucking 97 cents more to $1, man.
Hey,
Fucking euro, bro. Let's be positive about this
right.
shit.
Keep on grinding. You might get yourself some bread, just plain
Anyway,
bread. You know?
straight up. So it was just strange to me, like, because everybody freaked out.
Mhm.
I started laughing, and I started looking around and I started realizing other people started laughing because at first people were shocked,
Yeah,
and then we all kind of realized together that that was actually extremely
yeah. It's like
ridiculous.
really crazy.
That was actually really crazy. We all just witnessed some really funny shit that we thought it was like, that turned out to not be that sad because this guy was an asshole.
Right.
And then I turned around, I was looking at people, I was like, yo, can I get my banana back? Everybody was like, yeah, you did give a banana, didn't you? What
That
an
comedy
asshole.
came out of you.
It had to, man. It just kind of like eased the tension around people because
Mhm.
he was kind of a big dude, kind of intimidating looking. And when he was just kind of like freaking people out, especially their women kind of clutching their pearls and their purses and shit, like, what the
Oh
fuck,
shit.
And there were dudes on the train like, yo, what the fuck is up with this guy?
Yeah.
Threw the change on the ground. Everyone kind of freaked out. I started laughing. Some other dudes started laughing. Some others just started laughing. And
Mhm.
people just kind of eased up and they're like, that guy was a piece of shit, wasn't he?
So he's kind of crazy.
Yeah. So that shit do be happening around. And when that happens, bro, I think it's not even about the money. It's about something else, bro.
Mm.
3 cents is still 3 cents, dog.
Yeah, it's like, what are you stressing about?
Totally.
That's
I
very
mean,
crazy.
listen, I'm not homeless. I don't know what it's like.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna judge this man, but I'm just saying.
we doing all right in these streets,
I'm just trying to be positive.
Yeah. That's I mean, you've been in Berlin for how long exactly? Like around like how much?
Accumulatively, I've been here for I'd say about like 8 years. I lived in Munich for a year. I lived in Berlin for a few years. I lived in Malaysia for a year.
Mhm.
Came back to Berlin.
Okay.
Mhm.
And in Berlin, right? So I guess it's probably the thing to ask. People ask me a lot or so like that. Is how has the dating been for you in general? I know,
Fuck, dude.
I know, I
Mhm.
have to ask, because
Mhm.
you're on second time, so you live in Berlin. You're a black man here in Berlin,
Mhm.
and I'm pretty sure other black people probably have. They just I I see that people just want to see how black people are living here in general.
Mhm.
Like
Mhm.
they just be like, "Whoa, you out there? Like what? Who? When? Where? How?"
Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
just in general,
Big
just general. I'm not. This is not a dating podcast, so you don't
for
have to go
sure,
into
for
no.
sure.
Yeah.
Actually, it would be cool if we could do a whole episode just on being black and dating in Berlin. You know what I mean? Dating in Berlin, dating in Europe. You know what I mean? That could be an interesting.
That would be crazy.
You could invite a few. You could invite a few brothers on here. You know what I mean? And maybe even throw in like an Arab, Latino, or something. Just have a big,
Yeah.
a little bit of color, maybe mostly black, and just we actually talk
Ah,
about it. You know what I mean? Men and women.
yeah.
Think about that.
That's actually, huh?
Because it is enough. We could talk about this a whole other episode too.
Right. Yeah, dating. Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Because there's so many aspects about dating. Um, and also some of us have been here for a while. Like pre-pandemic is different than the post-pandemic.
Okay, talk
You
about that.
know?
How has dating been pre-pandemic versus post-pandemic?
All right. So I think my experience is that uh there's a different kind of like social makeup of the city after the pandemic. Because during the pandemic, Berlin is so many transplants, so many people who aren't from here. So let's say when the pandemic happens, a lot of people are forced to go back to where they came from. You know what I mean?
Mm,
A lot of people chose to go back to where they came from. Some people were here and their visas ran out and they had to go back home. So there's a huge exodus of people out of Berlin. A lot of
right.
jobs closed down. A lot of companies allowed you to work remotely. A lot of people left
Mm,
Berlin, and a lot of those people did not return after things opened up. There
mm,
are people who stayed in Berlin, the Berliners who are Germans who whatever who live here. Then all the expats who stayed here because they've got paperwork or residence or they've become citizens or whatever, permanent residents. Like so, there's a core people who stayed,
mhm.
but then after the world opened up again, I think a flood of people came back to Berlin. I don't think they were the same people who left. And I
Ah,
think the people who were here before, let's say, or around our age, didn't come back as much. And I think more young people have started coming into Berlin.
right.
You know, it's let's say it was about around 4 years ish of transition from pandemic to like full on end of pandemic and Berlin getting back into its shit, right?
Wow.
2020 or 2019 to let's say like 2023 ish,
Mhm.
right? 3 years or so. So when I look at Berlin now, um, it's more younger millennials and Gen Z than before.
Mm.
So what has that done to the dating? I mean, I think it's made so I think this new generation is a little bit like and since things have changed since the pandemic and the woke movement, all this stuff, me too.
Mhm.
Dating is a little bit, I think, more uptight. People are a bit more like, um, let's say, I think I'll just put it like this. I think she was easier before the pandemic, man. If we're just talking about hookup culture, I
Yeah.
think things were easier in the pandemic because I think people are way more discerning now. For
Ah,
example, right?
right.
Because we also have different popularity in dating apps. Like before the pandemic, it was all about Tinder.
Out
Tinder's
here,
how
so
you get it in.
Tinder was a big thing out here in Berlin.
Right, for sure. Like in Tinder it promotes hookups, and that was also the general culture of the city, right? Like
Ah,
if you'd be weird if you were in like a committed relationship and you weren't poly or open or something, you know?
wow.
I think since the pandemic, Hinge is now the main app. Like
Ah,
especially Hinge, Bumble, people like talk shit about Tinder. So on
mm,
Hinge, you have more prompts and you have more discerning ways of determining who you're going to go on a date with, and it's designed to be more intentional
mm,
and finding somebody. And then I think people here are excuse me, they have a greater filtration of like boundaries, therapy, all this other stuff. So like I think it's if you're just meeting girls off the apps, I mean, from my experience, like I was having more okay, if the intention is to hook up, find
yeah,
two people who want to hook up with each other.
right.
I'm fine. It's yeah. It seemed like it was easier back in the day than it is now.
Mm,
Now it seems people are more intentional about their dating, their intentions, their boundaries, what they're looking for, and um, you know, um, like discerning toxicity within somebody before going to certain next steps.
ah, that's so interesting, especially with the
Yeah.
changes in apps and stuff. Because I mean, I think even in New York City, there was always like a stigma with Tinder, and then Hinge started to become a thing as the pandemic started going about. And then Bumble was always like a kind of, you know what I mean? It was always the
Mm-hmm.
things where it
Mm-hmm.
was like a it
It's
was
there.
there. Yeah, it was
Yeah,
just there. You
it's
know, it's
there.
it's a yellow app, right? You know,
Yeah,
it's
it's the one
there.
where girls can find me. Oh shit! Now I get to choose, and they'll still be like, "Hi."
Right.
Right, and the guy still has to do their thing, right?
Yeah, Hinge, you gotta. Yeah, I mean, Hinge does force you to be intentional. Like, you have
Mhm.
to like really. I mean, I haven't been on Hinge for, I think a year now or so. But like,
'Cause you're dating or 'cause you
nah. I mean, to
just
be
getting it in these streets?
you know what's funny? If people been asking me about the dating since me being here, and this sounds so cliche or something, but I really been just focusing on like shit that
Mhm,
I just haven't had the time. I mean, like maybe if I got talk to here and there or whatever, right? But
mhm,
nothing like as of where someone who's new here would be.
mhm,
So
mhm,
yeah, there's an expectation of how somebody dates when they're new to the city here in Berlin. Like
mhm.
it's kind of like, hey, you out in these streets, like
Yeah, yeah,
especially
totally.
black man in your like it's just another thing of like, yo, you out here, right? Like I'm
Mhm,
like, yeah, kind of, nah, not kind of. Don't raise your voice,
mhm,
nah. You out here,
mhm,
like you're at
mhm,
base to the voice of here. You
mhm.
out here. I'm like,
Facts.
you know,
I know yeah, I hear you, dog.
yeah.
And another thing, like I was saying, man, some people have been here enough time, you have di like I always say, like, you could have more than one hoe phase if in a lifetime, you know what I mean? Like oh shit, I just got to college and oh whoa, everything's so new or something. But then in that later phase in life, you get into the real world, you start making real money, you live in a different country, people are treating you different,
hmm
different standard of beauty, different social construct, and it's just whoa. And next thing you know, you're just like, then you
Yeah,
calm down and then you have a girlfriend, da da da. Maybe things break up, you're back in these streets again, you know.
yeah.
You've been here for almost a decade, like, you know. But yeah, man. I know what you mean because when I first moved to Berlin, I came from Munich, and I had a long distance girlfriend from Munich.
Oh
The
wow,
first 2 years I was living in
2
Berlin.
years.
Yeah,
Damn, bro.
yeah. So I remember people telling me like, "Bro, you have a girlfriend, but you're open, right?" Oh, you're exclusive. Ew. Like this kind of shit.
Oh,
They
so
wouldn't really say ew, but that's the vibe, you know? Like, well, what are you doing then? You know? Wait,
wow.
so you're not fucking anybody while you're away? And I'm like, what are you talking about? You know?
Damn.
Yeah, it was like that. It was I think Berlin was freakier. I would say Berlin was more openly freaky before the pandemic.
Really? Because it's freaky now to
It's
me being
freaky
here.
now, but
It was even more freakier.
yeah, I think
God
so, man.
damn.
I think so. And I think people who were here before the pandemic would agree with me too. I mean, and it's not like it's not freaky. It's still freaky, right?
Right.
But
It's
it was
even
just
more.
wide, it was a little more wide open.
Wow, yo,
Yeah.
that's great. Yo, I can't even imagine that. Like,
Yeah, man. I mean, that's why it's a topic brothers want to know. What's it like out there? I'm sure when people ask you like, "Yo, what's it like out there?" Even though you're still, you're doing your thing, you're still probably like, "Psh, nigga," you know what I mean?
yeah, yeah, it's still, and then you hear
Even
other
even
people's
when you're
stories.
modest and you hear other people's stories, right?
Right, yeah, like the stories. Yeah, I mean, because the one thing about Berlin, I don't know, maybe I heard this from somebody or so, but I feel like eventually something weird is gonna happen to you in the course of dating or something like that, or dating other people here in Berlin. Like just something that's very like, all right, only here. This is here.
Yeah.
Not I never experienced some shit until I got here and I was
Yeah.
fucking around with some people. This is
Yeah.
crazy.
Most definitely.
Yeah, there's been some situation where it's like, yo, what the like, what's going on here?
Yeah, totally. Like I didn't even know this was a thing.
I didn't
Like
even
this
know this can happen.
like exactly like what my universe just cracked a little bit and now there's a fissure in a whole other area over here. Like, whoa.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that existed.
I remember one time, man, this was I remember after a show, man, it was like it was me and it was two girls or whatever that was there at the show. And then we just hanging out. It was like, hey, would you like to get a drink with us? I was like, yeah, yeah, sure. So we drinking and stuff like that. And it was like, hey, would you like to go to another bar? It's like, one of the girls, her boyfriend was working at this bar. So, all right, yeah, cool, let's go, whatever. It's one of those nights where things just going or whatever. It's her friend, or, a friend, whatever, was like, I think they was trying to like set her up with me or something like that, right?
Mhm.
So we go to this place or whatever. We all sitting in this like table or whatever. We're all talking and stuff. And then I think me and the girl was talking, and then they just kind of disappeared, right? So her and I we talking. I think this is like around end of last year or something. I was just like, hey, so what's your New Year's resolution? Just like whatever. And she's like, yeah, my New Year's resolution is that I want to have like a threesome. Usually I have it with like a guy and a girl, but this time I want two guys, and I don't want them to be gay. And she was like going to detail, right? And she was like, "How about you?"
Mhm.
I was like, not gain weight, get better sleep, like the standard. What the?"
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then she was like, "Come on, but for real." I'm like,
But for
"Nah." I
real.
mean, well, that's all I got. I'm empty when it comes to that
Hey,
type
man,
of.
some people got goals, man. Some
Yeah,
people have
she's
goals.
like, "Come on, like for real." I was like, man, I don't even know. Like, I don't know what to say to you after that.
Yeah, for
That
sure.
shit, yo, bro. I'm like, that shit was wild. I'm like, um, huh?
Yeah, bro, it's gonna make you freeze, bro. And she
Yeah,
said it like there was like it wasn't like it wasn't kind of like out there, you
yeah.
know?
And again, she don't look like the person that would eat that. I mean, it's not. I mean, we do stereotyping, but I mean, she didn't look. Like, I was not assuming that was gonna come from her. So like when
Mhm.
she said it, I was kind of like, oh,
Mhm.
damn,
Mhm.
yo, you got like a whole entire corporate job too. Like, yeah, I get. I don't mean, I don't know what I guess I'm not setting my new year up right.
Yeah, yeah,
Apparently,
totally.
I got basic shit.
Totally, bro. Like you're thinking like when you think it's almost like a job, like you're thinking about your KPIs, like, oh, what are your KPIs? Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
your KPIs is like based on sexuality and then numbers of dicks. That is crazy.
Yeah, that's wild, man. Wow, trending upwards, are we? So so we so we so
Oh
yeah, man, it's
shit.
all about the trends, man. It's all about trends, seasonality. All
Yeah,
right.
so dating here is it's something. And people always asking. I feel like
Mhm.
people ask because they're like, "Hey, so did something happen to you yet?"
Uh-huh,
You know what I mean?
uh-huh, uh-huh,
Because if I
uh-huh.
just sat here and like, it's been great, then I'm like, what have you been? Have you
Yeah.
really been out here?
Yeah, totally. They'll be like, "Okay, you're hiding something." You know?
Yeah.
They'll be like, because people wanna know. It's that kind of play. People wanna know what's the juice,
And
you know?
everyone always, as the longer you here, and then even a little bit you date, the more something's gonna come up where you're like, oh, whoa,
Whoa, dude, listen, you're just like you said, bro. Like we're comedians, and sometimes you'll meet people that just say some shit. You know, it's like, I'm at a loss for words, yo.
Yeah.
Man, I went on a date with this girl that I met off Hinge, and we went to a restaurant, right? We met for lunch, like first date. We're sitting there, we're having a good time. And in my profile, it wrote something like something like on Hinge, you should leave a comment or I don't know. I say something like, hit me up if you're down to earth. You know, you're cool, you're laid back down to earth with a sprinkle of ratchet.
Okay.
Shorty texted me back. She said, "That's me." And I said, "Cool."
There you go.
So we hit it off. We went on this date. We're going to lunch. You know, we're talking. She just springs it on me. She just asked me at some point. She says, "Yeah, so what's your situation?" I said, "What do you mean?" She's like, "You know, like who you're fucking with, when, how often, how many?" I was like, "Oh shit."
Damn, what?
Ooh, okay. So I appreciate the you know what I mean. Let's get straight to the point.
Yeah.
So I explained to her, you know what I mean? At the time, there's a girl I'm hooking up with, kind of on and off, blah, blah, blah. But it's kind of it at the moment. You know, so I'd be swiping and shit, see what's up.
Mhm.
Not committed, kind of in the streets, but you know, respectfully. And she's like, okay, cool. I said, how about you? She said, you know, I'm not really hooking up with anybody. It's just me and my brother. I was like,
Ooh.
your brother? And she was like, yeah, my brother. And I was like, you mean like? She's like, yeah, I'm into like sibling fetish. I was like, oh,
Bro.
okay. And I don't have a problem, but it was the first time I ever heard any shit like that. So it was just like, what? What? Whoa. Okay. You know, and I asked her, I was like, you're a real brother? She's like, no, my play brother. It's like, oh shit. Okay. Well, you know, and she's like, yeah, you know, it's like my play brother, you know, like, you know, when we're at a house party or something, we're like out somewhere, we introduce ourselves, you know, we're like hugged up, and I'm like, yeah, I'm so and so, this is my brother. And I'm like, oh, you be introducing to each other people in public like this is your brother. And you're his sister. And she's like, yeah, we do it in public sometimes. And I'm like, so people in public will think that's your brother. And I mean, yeah. I mean, I don't know what I suppose they're actually like different because I'm not gonna put it out there like that. She might see this. I don't know, but she was like, you know, she's mixed and the other guy thinks a different ethnicity. So I don't know how much people believe it, but she was like, yeah, yes, we introduce each other like that. Yeah, sibling fetish. I was like, oh, I just, you know,
Something's telling me that if you didn't ask a follow-up question of is this your real brother, she would have just left it at this is my brother.
she might have,
And then you would have
yeah.
just went along, like you would have just went for the rest of that conversation. Like she just be fucking her actual for real
Her
brother.
actual for real brother, yeah.
Damn, she's gonna wow, that is different. She ain't even like, yo, by the way, because
Mm-hmm.
you know, this is our first date. I
Mm-hmm.
want you to have first impressions that you be fucking my
Mm-hmm.
brother, you know, that this and this. Wow, that's crazy she said that.
Yeah, yeah. She put it out there, man. And yeah, and I was like, we should go because mom's gonna be home soon. No, I was like, no, we should.
Ah,
I was
yeah, he's like,
like,
I saw this pickup line in a porno. Let me go ahead and use
honestly,
this.
I honestly wish I was that smooth, yo. I wish I was that smooth. I wish I knew how I already felt because in that moment I was like, I don't know how I feel about this. Now I'm like,
Yeah. I mean, that is jarring, right? You know, and
you know
it's
what I
like
mean?
daytime. You ain't got no drinks in you. I mean, I don't know if you
I mean,
drink.
yeah, no, we're pretty sober.
Oh,
Actually,
so it's even sober?
we're pretty sober, yeah. And I was like, well, that's wild.
Nigga, that is.
So my real follow up question was, you know, she said that the sibling. I said, "Are you an only child?" She said, "Yeah." I was like,
But hold on.
listen, yo, because I got brothers, and I would never. I was like,
Have you ever fucked around with this brother?
yeah, I am a brother though. Yeah.
Like, what do you mean? No, we'll figure it out. Yeah, you know, let's get out of here.
Bro,
But
that shit was so silly to me, man. I was just like, yeah, so yeah, the whole sibling thing, blah blah blah,
but she
and no
sent it to you like
judge, but
regular.
regular. We just said, yeah, there's a table right here. There's a table right here.
That's the okay. See, all right. So
Mhm.
there may be some things that are constant. Is that when these things are revealed, is not like in a way where like you looking over your shoulder, you're like, hey,
Mhm.
by the way, I'm into this
Mhm.
thing. It's kind of like,
Mhm.
yeah, like you know, it probably echoing right tone for people to
Yup.
know. Yeah, hey, so yeah, this is what I do. Blah blah blah. And you be sitting down like, hey,
Hey,
yo, like, whoa,
yo.
you didn't even change your tone.
Hello.
Your
Right.
tone was constant as you said this
Constant.
information. No uptick, no down pitch.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Just vroom.
Nope. And another thing is, I think in most cities, people would have some discretion about something like that. But I think in Berlin, it's just like, what's up?
Yeah.
That's what I'm into. You
Right. And
know,
people are upfront about it.
They fly their freak flag.
Yeah. I mean, Berlin does make you very how would you say? Hmm. Not I guess the right word is to be not as shocked about certain things, you
Oh,
know? Like
dude, I go back home and I'm not really surprised by much, bro. I'm really not surprised by much, bro, when I go back to the US.
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause, you know, it's just like you hear in Berlin, you see these things, like I mean, it's kink clubs out here, right? So when you hear people talk about it, you just kind of like at first you're like, whoa, but you hear it so many times, you're like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
you're like, oh, I didn't know they had good coffee there, or they play
Yeah.
jazz, I guess they play jazz in those places.
I get, yeah, 100%, man, 100%. And then when you see some of that stuff, it's really like, it's kind of the opposite. It's like the opposite end of the spectrum of like having seen like real like violence or like war. Like
Hmm.
you just walk around, you see some crazy shit, and you're like, "Psh, you ain't seen nothing. You ain't seen nothing. The
Yeah.
opposite end of the spectrum. You see some really strange things in these clubs, and people tell stories. You're like thinking, you ain't seen nothing, bro. You haven't seen shit. To be honest with you, bro.
For real. 'Cause you've been to Kitkat before,
Yeah,
right?
I've been there a few times. Yeah. I've just for research and
Just he's a comedian, so just for research
just for
purposes,
research purposes,
just to let the tribe know, the lost tribe of Africa here in
mhm,
Germany,
report back
report back.
from the
Yeah,
field.
there you go.
It's popping, but yeah, man, like you'll just see stuff in there that like um will actually test you, like in how you feel about things. It'll show you where your boundaries are at and what you really think. Like
Mm.
most of it's really not that big a deal. I mean, none of it's really a big deal at all.
I mean, yeah,
You just realize you actually realize how little of a big deal it is. And you go home and hear people hear saying shit. You're like, man, that shit ain't nothing, dude. You should have seen this. And they're just like, whoa, that's for real. Yeah, bro. Pay $20. It's a Diddy party without the crimes, bro. It's a
that the
on a
crime should have been
Tuesday, bro.
on a Tuesday.
On a Tuesday.
Oh shit! With a little miniature sized baby oil things,
Yeah, bro. Yeah,
no, no.
because it's Europe.
There you go, Europe. Yeah, very climate conscious, environmental friendly.
Yeah, totally, bro. They just do the small sizes,
There you go. This oil is
small portions.
yeah, vegan oil.
Vegan oil, right? And it comes with a side salad. You know what I mean? Because it's Europe, bro.
Any oil that has not been used, make sure you use this as the condiments for your salad, please.
100%, bro. Actually, why not? I mean, people put olive oil on salad too. It's like as a light
Yeah.
dressing.
There you go.
If you made baby oil also vegan and edible, it's like, yeah, whatever you don't use for this.
Oh shit, we should probably cut this out. Somebody might take this idea. There you
Well,
go.
I mean, Diddy's in jail, bro. He's not gonna.
Oh, did he could have
Yeah,
been that was his latest.
That's gonna be his
business
next.
plan.
Yeah, totally, totally. But good. Keep this. Keep this. You might want to cut that out. Actually.
Yeah, no, yeah. I mean, well, whatever. We've been on a little stroll here.
Yeah, man. I'm curious. I'm curious if the viewers want to hear any of these stories and how graphic they want to get. We don't have to today, but
Yeah,
if they wanted to, we could run it back. And if they wanted to hear some shit,
yeah. I mean, definitely, bro. Because I think again in Berlin, especially all this coming from a black dude is gonna be just different. Because again, it's like even for me, like
Mhm.
it is what it is. If somebody from
Mhm.
Berlin or Germany and people like myself, like, oh, kick it. I'm like, yeah, that's all right.
Mhm.
That's But when you say like, yo, this shit, like, just the tone, the way you say, like, yo,
Mhm.
this shit happened, this and that, you're like, yo, word.
It's different strokes for different folks. It's not, it's like that whole environment. I'm also not super well steeped in it because there's a whole universe around that. I've only just started dipping my toes in and started realizing and reporting back to the tribe
Yeah, thank you very much for
that it's actually not quite what it's like I'll give you kind of like my perspective of it, and I think I'm pretty good at articulating and putting words to my emotions and what I'm thinking and feeling at the moment.
Mhm.
So I think I can help you understand yourself and how you would feel in your own shoes,
Right.
right? Because other people just talk about, oh, this is the environment, and then you start to think about how you'd feel in that environment. I'm like, this is the environment I was in, and this is how I felt about all the stimuli around, and then you're like, oh, okay, that's okay, so it's not so crazy.
Mm.
Mhm.
So, okay, the one thing that always, because I mean, I've been getting invited actually. Like, I know some people that be like, yo, I can put you on the list, or hey, I'm playing there, I can put you on, or this and that,
Oh,
whatever.
you know people, bro.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
but it's just the one thing I don't think I can get over is the whole what I have to wear, right? And
Mhm.
to be honest, I don't really know. But anytime it's been suggested, I'm like, I don't think I can even make it out the door. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? So I don't
Mhm. I
like.
know, bro. I know what you mean.
Okay, yeah, like I think what like leather, something like even just wearing leather, touching my bare skin. I'm not even ready for
Mhm.
that yet. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
like, or wearing even skimpy. I don't even like the word skimpy and my name attached to it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, nigga.
Yeah, I got, you know what I mean? I got some, I mean, maybe I got to work through some things, but I know I will wear it. And if I walk past a mirror and I see myself, I'll be like, nah,
You like, nah, because in your
yeah,
head you see you and all your niggas like,
yeah.
nigga, what you
I'll
doing?
be like, yo, somebody from where I'm from gonna see me and be like, hey, yo, where you going?
Mhm.
Like, yo, what
Mhm.
happened, bro? Then I'm like, yo, you saw that nigga, yeah,
Hey,
that dude,
yeah, when you're Europe, bro, you fucking tripping,
yo,
bro.
Berlin got him turned out, yo. This shit
Yeah.
got like, yo, you don't
Listen,
understand, man. This is what's happening out there. But yeah, it's
listen.
you out there.
Yeah, I heard his family down in
Yeah.
Atlanta, son. I heard something.
Yeah, I heard what's happening to you out there. Nah, I don't know what's happening out there, but with you, yeah, you stay up, man. Yeah,
Yeah,
hopefully all
man.
is well, man. Yo, maybe I should come visit. Yeah, yeah, I'll let you know.
I 100% struggled with that too. 100%, because it's also part of our culture thing. You know
Mm,
what I mean? African American culture is relatively conservative,
right.
sexually conservative. We do all the twerking and this and this and that, but niggas also be on church on Sundays. So,
Facts.
especially in the place like the South and stuff. Um, but so I would say that in black people who kind of lean in this direction of like, oh, this is still also kind of fun,
Right.
they kind of get labeled as alternative, right?
Yeah.
But the thing is one thing I realize is like this whole spectrum of the blackness is a spectrum, and you as an individual occupy your own location on that spectrum. So when it
Mm,
comes to fitting in, it's just a lot of motherfuckers who over here on this part of the spectrum who oftentimes prevent each other from traveling outside the spectrum just to discover and find new things about themselves,
right.
which would be good because then you can bring it back to the spectrum, tell motherfuckers about it, and they can continue to be themselves more. Right? You know what I'm saying, right?
No, 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 I hear you.
Right.
I mean,
So,
even you saying you had a struggle, like
hmm
of that thing of
hmm
because
masculinity and not wanting to look, gay or whatever, or feel gay, or all these internal like things that you might feel are issues that aren't really issues, right? But
Mhm.
let's just say like, yes, these are things, um that black men community struggle with. It's like just being able to feel silly. Let's just start there. Feel silly. Not even go to a sexual place, but just feel silly.
Mm. Yeah.
Like black, we too cool for that. Even though we are
True.
silly as shit,
Yeah.
we're too cool to be perceived in a certain way by other people. We very much care what you go to the hip hop club, you look fly, you dress fly,
Yeah.
you're talk. It's a social event. You're talking to people, you dancing with people. Oh, who's just, checking people's clothes, this and that. Look, see, be seen. The techno club. Sometimes you just show up by yourself in some dirty sneakers and whatever because you're really just there to dance and have a personal experience with the music.
Mm.
Totally different environments, right?
Right.
So that's why some black people go to the techno clubs like, I don't really get it. And then a lot of white people go to the hip hop club, they're like, I'm uncomfortable because they're expecting me to dance for real. you know? you know what I mean? You know? But the philosophy around each of these establishments is just different. And if you adopt that mindset in each one, you'll do better.
Yeah.
So I say all this to say, like, in these kinds of kinky clubs and stuff, like, you know, there's definitely going to be like a shedding of ego that happens because I know that feeling. But the awesome thing that I realized on the other side, the first time I walked into the club, it was just a Monday, still fucking crazy for what a day it was. And it was a homie, a Nigerian American homie that brought me in.
Oh wow.
And he's the one that showed me kind of like the ropes and everything. So, but I realized when I got in there, I was only up in there in my, y'all, there's gonna be more context on another episode coming soon, but you'll just hear this shit for now. I was up in this bitch in just sneakers, socks, my underwear, no shirt, and had like my fly crystals and shit on. That's all.
Okay.
That's it.
All
And
Huh.
the thing is, when I walked up in there, I looked around and it hit me. Oh, I get it now. I wish I had more cool shit on. You know what I mean?
Interesting.
Because you start to see how like how far you can go immersed in it and how like how much fun it actually is, you know?
Mhm.
Like I was there like, "Oh shit, I could see I get it now. I wish I had more swag. I wish I had more
Mm.
swag on, you know?"
Right.
And another thing is like you'll be up in there and you know, all kind of body types, all colors, all shapes, all sizes. You know, you'll have fit people, unfit people. Everybody's got a degree of sex appeal, you know, and
Mm.
so it's cool. There's a degree of comfort. There's no
Right.
defense barriers aren't so high. Everybody's just kind of chill, laid back, and seeing what happens, and friendly and flirty. It's in the air, you know, and
Right.
in among that flirtiness in the air, it's kind of like a no pressure feeling,
Wow.
super chill. I walk up in there, I'm half nude, but I see Shorty in here's got the full lace, this and that. You know, dude's got the leather collar on and some like leather harness and shit. You see a brother walk by, he's like, oh, he's got leather pants on. He walks past you, his ass cheeks are out. It's like, oh shit. Niggas are up in here too, just getting freaky, getting silly and shit.
Yeah.
And at first I was like, oh, if he can do it, I can do it. You know what I mean? I'm like, this
Right.
nigga's way buffer than me and way more. And he's walking around with a bad shorty and he's got his butt cheeks out. Like,
That's funny. Black people, no matter what, would be like, "Yo, but he was with a fine ass girl, though." You know what I mean? So it might be alright.
and that's what I'm saying. I know our social currency. I
See?
know what it's gonna take for nigga to be okay. Maybe I can see myself there. I know our. I threw that in there for a reason, and it's true. It's true. She was bad. His ass cheeks were out. He was on some Prince shit.
Right.
He was on some Prince shit, but he
Okay.
was
Yeah.
but not light skin, chocolate brother. You know what I mean? Out here, we struck up a conversation with his ass cheeks out. It's fine, bro. It's fine. We just talking, bro.
We're just talking. No, no, no.
Jesus, no homo nigga. Now, I'm not
Yeah.
worried about it. You're worried about
Yeah,
it,
get your mind out the gutter, all right? Even though
Yes.
this is taking place in a king club.
right, man? I'm just saying, right? Can we just
Yeah, yeah.
have a conversation?
Get your mind out the king club, all right,
I'm
and leave
saying.
his there. You know?
Yeah, thank you, thank you. So I'm saying, like, and he was telling me, he was like, bro, no, I don't live in Berlin. I'm so like I'm just I'm like down with the Kitkat and this kind of like life, and you don't see this kind of peacefulness anywhere.
Mm.
He's like, bro, I save money. I come to Berlin like once every 2 months just for like 3-4 days. Come to the Kitkat three nights in a row, dip because you just
Wow,
get to be another side of yourself. You can't be anywhere else.
that's wild.
And another thing is you're a fit dude, man. You already got an outfit.
True. Okay? So see, this is important. I love this right here because again, there's a perception of what you have to wear. So even when you just said that, I was like, I,
Mm-hmm.
I'm still skeptical.
Mm-hmm. Of course, of
But
course.
here's why I would go.
Mm-hmm.
I just it's kind of like that thing with comedy, I guess, of being like, yo, just it's there, like yo, it's just why not, right?
Mhm, mhm,
But at the same time, I'll be like, but damn, yo, I'm about to really be in line and be there. I'm really here. Oh my
mhm,
god, yo, somebody could have seen me. I'm covering my face, like, yo, what the
mhm,
oh
mhm.
shit, like,
The thing is though, is like okay, I took my brother. I got 2 older brothers. I took my oldest brother with me when he came to visit.
your oldest brother?
Mhm.
Oh shit.
Yeah, cause he's down, he's wild.
Okay.
Both my brothers down and wild. One of us married though, so
Yeah.
he so he
All
so he
right.
came so he came to visit me.
Yeah.
And he's wild. So he's on like I've told him about the club a little bit. He's done some research. He's like, bro, we gotta go when I come.
Oh, all right.
And he's on some, my brother's like 2 meters tall. He's on some alpha shit, he's buff and shit.
Right.
And I'm telling him about outfits, and when we start talking about it, he can see he's a little bit nervous. Like, man, what you mean I gotta wear something, something? Like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Is it gonna be cool though? And I'm like, bro, don't worry about it. There's a store down the street from where I live. I'll take you, go shopping,
No,
get
y'all
some
had to
fly
go
cool
inside a
shit.
store?
Yeah, I took him to the because I've been enough times now that I know what it's like you've been in there. You're gonna want to have some swaggy shit because it also speaks to you. And it's like if you were going to a regular club, you're gonna want to look fly.
Right.
You find in it doesn't mean you're gonna wear like a tall tee and some baggy jeans because that's not fly to you. It might be fly
Yeah.
to someone else.
Right.
When I go to the Kit Kat, I'm gonna wear some shit that I think is fly to me.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And that's what makes me comfortable.
Right.
I just also know if you go to the hip hop club, for example, you got to hit certain notes to let niggas know, like, oh, yeah, this motherfucker be here.
Right.
You go to Kit Kat, let them, it's almost in part signaling even just to get in, like, oh, I'm aware that this person knows the culture of the place.
Mhm.
They're not on some super touristy, oh, well, what is this? I just want to,
Mm.
they're likely going to be a participating member of the fun and add to the party, not take anything away. That's kind
Mm.
of what you're signaling when you get in there with all this
Kinda
stuff.
need to even get in, right? 'Cause I hate to
Yeah.
be denying people at the
Right,
door.
for sure. And so when I'm at the store with my brother, we just get something comfortable for him. It was like a leather harness. It was just the strap that goes down like this, strap that goes like this across the back. And then he's got some like black shorts. We went on a day where it's like not too troublesome to get in. It was just me and him, and I'm up in there. I've got a spike collar on. I got this crystal choker on.
Mhm.
I got this rope thing that I like tied just a couple shibari
Right.
knots in it around my torso,
Oh, okay.
and I got some short shorts on, some black
Right.
short shorts. We walk up in there, and it was chill.
Oh,
And as soon
wow.
as he walked in there, he was like, "Bro, I know what you mean," because you're looking around and you see dudes who are very much comfortable in their swag, and their comfort in their swag makes helps add to them looking good in it. You know what
Mm.
I mean? And he was looking around. He's like, "Bro, I know what you mean. I wish I had more fly shit on." You
Yeah,
know?
that's oh shit, yo.
Yeah.
I'm just putting myself in your older brother's shoes, like, hey, yo, like, yo, you know what
Mhm.
I mean? You got your shoulders up, like, yo,
Oh shit.
you
This
know,
is
you
actually
see
like
some wild shit over there, you like, yo, you know what I mean?
mhm, mhm. And he was just like, "Bro, I was telling him, I was like, "Bro, we should go on a freaky day." We went on like an off day, which is still freaky, but
Right.
you know, and when we were up in there, he was like, "Not only should I got more shit, got some real swag, but we should have come on a crazy day."
Yeah.
You know, because
Oh shit.
it's interesting, man.
Check you out.
I was up
Helping out the lost tribe here
Lost
in
Tribe,
Germany.
man, helping them connect with themselves,
Yeah.
bro, is what it is.
Yo.
Because I connected with myself in a way
Right. Really?
that, like, yeah, I was about to be like, "I'm gay." No, I'm kidding, but I'm just kidding. I'm totally fucking around. I'm totally fucking around. I was too nervous to even say it out loud. I'm totally fucking around. That's what that awkward pause was. I was like, "Am I about to say it? No, I'm gonna say that shit. Yeah, I'm gonna say that shit. I gotta say that. Okay, 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 okay."
Yo, dog. I could have lied to you, dog. Yo, dog. Because I ain't gonna lie. That was one of the possibilities of what could have been said next.
100%. I know. I know.
He said, I was gonna find myself. What you mean?
I felt it. I felt it. That is fucking.
That's funny as hell.
Found out something about myself. I'm gay. Pause. I'm gay. No homo.
The minute you said it, you was like, ah, shit. Yo, how you gonna take this?
Yeah, I gotta take it back. I can't let it sit out there for too long, bro. If sit it long enough, they can clip it. I'm like, no, you can't clip it without the follow up. I'm just fucking around, dog.
Damn it, you said it too fast. I couldn't can't
Yeah.
use this for clips.
Yeah.
Yo, that was funny as
I'd be like, I'm secure with my sexuality.
Oh
I'm gay. No, I'm
my
just kidding.
god, that's funny, yo. Cause that was an assumption.
It's kind of felt like that's what's
It's like
creeping up.
I was like, yo, that do you, bro? You know what I mean? Yo, that's what's up, man. Yeah, well, well, thank you very much for coming on.
Oh
joking.
man, no, that's hilarious. Thank you. We're good.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
We're gonna go to a commercial break.
So yeah, where can they find you aside from this Kitkat?
Yeah, exactly. You can find me under the bridge, waiting for this club to open.
Oh,
That's hilarious.
shit, that was funny.
And that's been our guest.
Thank you very much. Get the fuck out of here.
Stupid. I had to do that, man.
That
Sorry.
you had to, bro. That was hilarious. That was wow. That was a mic drop full of hilarious. Oh my god.
But I did though, and when I say that, I really mean I heard something interesting on a YouTube channel, and they were saying like, there's actual power in comfortably being able to sit in intimacy.
Mm,
Let's say like, a lot of people, let's say you're talking to a girl that you like, or you're approaching a girl that you don't know that you think is cute, who looked at you from across the bar. You're like, fuck it, I'm gonna do it. And you walk
right.
over there, and here we go, and you're on these things, and you get there, and I became so much more comfortable with that kind of scenario where you're
Mm,
walking up, where you're approaching a stranger, and the nature of the conversation is flirtatious, just off jump, and then maybe you start building some rapport, and there's like an intent. 'Cause let's say in a club like this, it's like there's an intensity to the conversation. We're kind of seeing where this is going to go, even if it's just a light conversation. Is there something here? Is it
right.
maybe it gets deeper? Maybe you just right. And sometimes you do see things getting deep and intense and stuff, and it's like it's a nice practice to be able to remain zen, to be able to remain calm in those moments. You're not thinking like, oh, what's gonna do? Oh, she looking at me like this, or she okay, oh,
Mm,
she's touching her hair, but to just kind of just do you and not worry about and there's a certain stoicism that you get from being in those environments where
mm,
like let's say you find yourself in the hip hop club, which is a very much C and B scene. Oh, who's looking at me? Social stress, anxiety. Oh, am I fly enough? Am I go? Oh, is she checking me out? Should I say
right.
something? You know, in a club like that, people can just kind of sense your zenness. You're not really frazzled by what's going on. And I think
Mm,
people will find that interesting about your energy and approach you maybe,
right.
you know?
That's actually a very interesting way of breaking that down. Yeah, because again, you in that situation. Obviously, it feels out of pocket in some sense, but then as you in the pocket, you kind of get comfortable to what you're
Yeah.
saying.
It's almost like in almost like comedy, bro, and being on stage. Like it's you get comfortable with the silence at some point
Hmm.
because you've built the tension and right, this is part of where you're going with it, right?
Right.
You kind of just able to sit in the pocket and be clear-minded and be able to feel this like potential intimate connection without it freaking you out or giving you anxiety, social anxiety,
Right.
or like, whatever,
Mm.
nervousness and such.
That's a good ass point. Yeah.
Mm,
I never really thought about it like that.
mm,
Huh. So, all right. So, I got a question I want to ask you. Right.
sure.
Um, if someone was if someone was deciding to move to Berlin, what would be the top three advice you would give to somebody moving to Berlin? Like, what would be the thing you would tell them, like in terms of what to expect, what to do, what to look out for, what to explore?
Mhm. Um, okay, this is like outside of a job, for example, just somebody
Outside of a
coming to
job,
visit.
just in
Okay,
general, just in terms of like if someone wants to come to Berlin and get the full, get somewhat of the experience of Berlin.
and they'll just be hanging out for 3 months or something.
3 months, yeah,
Enough time to kind of explore and shit.
yeah, right, right.
Sure. And they've got the apartment hooked up and everything.
They
It's
do
just what do
right,
I do? I
yeah.
got money. I got the apartment.
They got the animal dung,
Okay.
they got everything, they got it
Mhm.
set up.
Um. Damn, that's a good question. And if I wasn't here, just go navigate your life in Berlin. This is what to do.
Yeah, just like
Um. Damn, that's a good question. So I would first of all, I set people up for the expectation of like, this city has, prides itself on anti-culture, right?
mm,
So you don't see high heels in Berlin.
that is wow. Yeah, I don't think I ever
Yeah.
seen that.
Trippy, right?
Right.
Sometimes from time to time,
Hmm.
but not in any of the dance clubs or comedy clubs you see anybody in high heels. And if
Nah.
the guy heels, they're not heels, you know? So yeah, it's a very much anti-culture city. Like, uh, the whole corporate style is not really, it's kind of frowned upon, the whole, extra super done up pretty I don't even know what you call this style, but like very well done up pretty makeup feminine style, like a lot of makeup and high heels and super pretty dresses and like nah, it's very much comfort first, casual culture. You'll see it reflected in the best clubs you go to in New York, LA. You gotta have the right shoes on, the hard shoes, you gotta have a button up, hair gotta you gotta even look at least relatively handsome. In a place like Miami, if you're not even handsome or pretty, you're not even getting in,
Yeah, hell nah.
aside from the swag.
Right.
Um, Berlin is the complete opposite. We want to, it's much more down to earth, you know, um, didn't, like rejection of like that whole corporatocracy, aristocracy, rich kind of thing. So we want to see you in some shoes that look like you're ready to dance to some techno and get shoe stepped on tonight. You like, um, we want to see that, yeah, that you kind of fit the culture of what's happening in here. This is the kind of establishment where we put cameras over both your phones because it's about to get in both your cameras. It's about to get ratchet in here,
Yeah, right,
and
right.
when dress reflecting that you're ready to sweat, you're ready to dance it out, have a good time, look like you know what's going on.
Mm.
So I would say be prepared for that. If you wanna go out, have a good time, experience some cool Berlin shit,
Mhm.
I would say be prepared for that.
Mhm.
Um, I would also say, let's see, uh, it's a cash only society. Bring cash or be ready to pull out cash when you get there, you know? Be ready for that. It's gonna freak you out how often, like, people aren't gonna take card here. Compared to going back to the US, I'm sure we got homies that haven't used cash in years.
Right.
That trips me out because that also is like, "Whoa, what the fuck is happening over there? I've been home in a long time."
Mhm.
Or I mean, I haven't lived there long enough to really experience that, but, yeah, cash society. Um, yeah, in Berlin specifically, um yeah, I would say if you can ride a bike and if you're here, let's say 3 months in the summertime, get a bike, yo. Get a
Mm.
bicycle. It's gonna increase your quality of life, the way you see the city, experience the city, interact with it, flying through the breeze in your hair, seeing all the pretty people above ground and stuff like that. You'll get to take the I was about to say the tube, then I was about to say the subway, and I've never lived in either of those cities. You're about to take the U-Bahn.
What's happening?
Yeah, what's happening? Yeah. Who am I? And, yeah, you also get to take the U-Bahn, which is great. You'll get to see the people, but there's just something magical about bicycle in the summertime in Berlin, yo.
Mm.
Definitely. So be ready for the anti-culture. Um, what was the other one?
No,
Yeah,
a cash-based society.
cash-based society, get a bike in the summertime, and you'll be on your way to fucking a new you, man.
Yes, a new you, and be ready for a Kitkat.
Definitely,
Ready
definitely.
to find yourself out in these streets.
Another episode, bro. I think it'd be. I mean, I would love to talk more deeply about that,
Yeah,
just about the introspective part of it
right.
and the fun that was had.
I mean, yeah,
You know what I mean?
let's do another episode
Maybe
about
another
this, man. Yeah,
episode,
you
and we
know,
could invite a few people. We could all have different experiences, talk about it, or you could do a series even of just
oh,
one-on-one interviews. And it could be its own series even because
yeah.
I'm sure it's different for Mo. I don't know what happened. I met this dude like right when he got here, he already had a committed girlfriend. Like, how did you do that so fast, bro?
Yeah, that is true.
It's different for all of us, I'm sure. I'm sure Tyrone's got different experiences. I got
Yeah.
different experiences. Daniel Olel's different.
Oh, right,
And
right.
we're all from different places, different parts of the diaspora or the home or the motherland. So could be interesting.
That's a
Could
man.
be a
All right.
series,
I mean,
man.
bro, he gonna be seeing more of this guy right here. I mean, you was already in the first on the one of the early
Mhm.
episodes, and now
Yeah.
you're on this one. So this one will definitely be handled better in terms of this will be on YouTube and
Sure, no
everything.
sweat. We growing, we learning,
Yeah, we
you know.
learning. Yeah,
I feel like even this one, we even just know each other a bit better. And so we even flow better in this one than I think the first one we
yeah,
did. Like
because
we said we would.
bro, and yeah, that part with the that was funny. That dog, that was
Dude,
the timing was
it was
so
like my
good.
comedy mind was like, oh shit, this shit is building up. I could say that, couldn't I?
Yeah, that
That would be
was
wild.
so dog. Oh
But
shit.
then again, it's like that it's like I wouldn't even say that I'm super liberal, just as open as I am and silly as I am. That conservative black American side was still like, Nick, you can't let him fly it out there for too long. You know? So like, oh, you know what I mean?
But you caught on to it. That shit was fucking hilarious, man. But
Hey
bro, this is a
man,
good time talking, man. We definitely
thanks,
got to do
man.
more of this.
Definitely appreciate it, dude.
And yeah, let me know whenever you want to come back on. Definitely.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me, letting me talk my shit, get
Yeah, no
open,
problem, bro. I learned a
have
lot
some
more.
fun. Good. Likewise, man.
So thank you.
Definitely. I like hearing about you too.
Thank you. And guys, thank you for listening and or watching to the Third Culture Talk podcast. I'm your boy Nyan Yenifin. This is Justin Small, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Peace.